Qualifers Baseball Championship here live at the Nairobi Field of Dreams in Jomo Kenyatta University of Technology. The team lineup is South Africa versus the Ugandan. Southern Sudan team, I'm sorry for that correction. We have the home team being the Southern Sudanese and the away team being the South Africans. So the game is live. And the first pitch is off the plate. One ball. And that's a strike.
If you're just joining us, welcome. We're just getting our first pictures with this South Africa's lead batter, White Tatum, facing off against South Sudan's starting pitcher,
Lief K. Duck. Lief K. Duck from Southern Sudan. Jersey number 8. And that's a strike. The count is looking good for the Southern Sudanese pitcher. Tatum on the batting box. The sun is really out today. And Tatum got a hit. And the throw is good to first base. Diang Mal with a good fielding, a clean catch, and a nice throw to first base. Well, Wilson Michael managed to get the out. So one out at the top of the first inning. So we have seen, goes by the name Kapide. Kapide, the left-handed batter from South Africa. I could be wrong with the pronunciation of Kapide. Maybe they call him Cupid down in the south, right? Who knows?
Cupido, Capido.
In Kenya, we know Samido.
Samido, Capido, Cupido.
So we have, let's call him Sean. Sean with a good hit. Shallow center field. The ball is caught by John Wall, who returns the ball to the infield, but Sean manages to get himself to first base on a line drive hit. center. The throw to second base is good, and the tag is on time. So Manu was not at base, but Gualil managed to tag. Sean could be out.
If the call stands, South Sudan will have managed to turn out two in quick succession after catching out the first batter.
There's a deliberation happening between the umpires and the coach.
As we wait for the call from the umpire, I'd let you know that South Sudan only began playing baseball in 2018-2019 when the game was introduced to Juba through the JICA. Since then, however, they have made a lot of strides. As we've seen, Joseph Deng signed with the LA Dodgers, which is a huge milestone for whatever country you may choose in Africa.
Yeah, that's a big step, actually, for East Africa. You know, Uganda has been the powerhouse of baseball. Now the Southern Sudanese team is stepping up to the plate. So I think Kenya is next on bat.
Kenya is next on bat.
Yeah, Kenya definitely is next.
I like what you did there. You might as well be interested in knowing that this under-15s outing is just the first outing for South Sudan in baseball. And they'll be looking to make a good name for themselves as they look to qualify for the World Cup.
So we have Dewett Kalam up at bat with a runner at scoring position. That's Sean Kupide. I really apologize for not knowing how to pronounce Cupido. But I know he's Sean, jersey number 23. He's leading off from second base, with Kalam receiving a strike.
Throughout the tournament, South Sudan and South Africa have both shown very good pitching. South Sudan and South Africa have both been very good at pitching in the tournament. And as you can see on your screens, it's pretty much a show of the same.
Yes, we have Lieb Keidak pitching for his first game. We saw two pitchers in the Southern Sudanese game versus Kenya, but now they're bringing in another pitcher. Means they have a pitching depth within their squad.
It's interesting to see that there are so many pitchers around. And for the teams, it's very difficult to predict who will be starting.
The ball is foul.
Another nasty pitch as the swing just cuts it for a foul.
So Kalam, jersey 24. And that is strike. No, it's a ball. So Kalam, watching the ball, gets a base awarded with a full count. I honestly thought that was a strike.
South Africa now have two runners on bases, with one at first and one in scoring position.
So we have Sean at second base and Kalam at first base, with Cameron up to bat. Cameron is also the pitcher of the South African team. So we've been seeing instances whereby pitchers no longer require designated hitters, and this is trickling down to the little leagues. Yeah?
It's been very interesting to see pitchers face off against their fellow pitchers.
Yeah.
And the dynamic is really interesting.
Especially at this tournament.
Yeah, we've seen it in the past games, and especially in the previous game, South Sudan facing a solid hit.
And it's a solid hit. And it's caught.
That's a nice catch in the, deep in outfield. in previous games.
So the ball was caught by Chang Kwed. Chang Kwed, yeah? With a nice catch at left deep field. Sean manages to steal to the base from that caught fly ball after tagging the base. But we have the wet Kalam still stuck at first base. Cameron is out. That's the pitcher. The ball is not thrown to second base. It was a dummy throw. We have a runner, 2 runners in scoring position. With Ethan Foley on the base. And the plate and the ball is, the pitch is wild, sorry.
Two runners in scoring position for South Africa. I'll have you know, yesterday we had an interesting game where South Sudan facing up against Uganda. We had a couple of field bases, but only a few hits when the bases are full. So now let's see what will come out of this one.
We have Ethan hitting the ball straight through the third baseman, and a score by Sean is in time. And we have Kalam as well sliding safe to home. And when the dust settles, the Southern Sudanese team will realize that they're lagging 2 runs to 0.
Divide with a very interesting slide there. Getting in one for the team. Don't you think?
Lil with an error.
That will surely go down as an error at third base, as the ball was hit straight at the player, but he couldn't field it. So now South Africa go 2 ahead, and South Sudan will be looking to end this with as little runs as possible.
We have our second left-handed batter from the South African team. His name is Moran Jemmy. Jersey number 7, plays second base. And it's an inside corner, and it's a good strike by Liep. And Moran does a good hit that is fumbled by the outfield. And that makes it 3 runs. We have Foley even making it to home safely. And Jimmy with a double run.
That was a nice hit to drive in a run. And now South Africa are 3 runs ahead.
Ethan as well in scoring position with 2 outs. The pitch is wild. Liep struggling a bit to find the strike zone for the short corner guy. Yes, his name is Corner. It's Kodzi Corner. He plays left field for the South African side. Strike looked good to me, but the count is 3 balls, 0 strikes. Kodzi Corner receiving his first strike of his at-bat. Yesterday the South Africans won all their games, while the Sudanese won 1 game against Uganda. on a technicality. The pitch is wild. We have Moran Jemit attempting to steal, but he couldn't. So, Koitsi corner, jersey 99. 3 balls, 1 strike. Waiting for the delivery. And it's a ball and he gets a base award. It's a strike, according to the umpire. It's a bulk. So the umpire calls it a bulk and awards bases. And now we have another run-in for South Africa from Jamie Moran by a base awarded by bulk. So we have Adrian. So Valmawi on play jersey 55. Plays that base for the South African team, receiving a very clean strike. Ball is foul. Adriana Volmawi. Pitch is wild. Corner returning to second base to avoid the tag. The wind in Nairobi is really showing us some dust, like they say. The hit is fair. We have corner scoring from a single hit by Adrian Volmawi. The scores now stand at 4 runs to 0. Southern Sudan trailing behind South Africa. On plate is Nichols Jaden, jersey number 17. When I used to be a player, that was my jersey number. You know what? You know that, right?
I remember you rocking number 17.
So Nichols usually plays first base.
Bottom of the first, South Sudan have let in 4 runs so far. And that's the coach going for a little talk with the pitcher, trying to get him to hold the game to as little runs as possible now.
We have 2 out here at the Nairobi Field of Dreams. A very windy, that's a strike by the umpire. Nichols gets his strike from the inside corner. It's amazing to see how the inside corner is really working for the batters, and the ball is fair. We had Jal Mayu missing the catch, the line drive. That brings the total scores to 5-0 in favor of South Africa.
That little talk at the mount doesn't seem to have worked out after that run.
It looks like it's not working out. So we have the South African side at the top of the batting order once again.
2 outs, runner at first. And we're back to the top of the lineup with White coming into bat.
And the hit is good, but it's foul. So Tatam with a foul ball. So we have Nichols Jaden on first base stealing. He's already led, but the ball is foul, so he has to return to base.
Bottom of the first, and South Africa have already batted around. We're back to the first batter. Six runs, 2 outs.
So Tatam is also a good hitter. As you can see, he's a contact person, and the ball is fair. We have Jaden stopping at third, and Tatam utilizing the opportunity to steal to second base.
This is a nightmare situation for South Sudan with 6 runs already in, and now they have 2 runners in scoring position. That will be Tatum and White, Tatum and Nichols in second and third respectively.
So Cupido, Sean Cupido, back at bat, and he's a left-handed hitter. Shallow center field. The ball is well caught by the outfielder. The throw is good, but it's past the home plate, and that brings in 2 runs, with Sean making it a 2-run double hit at the bottom of the first inning. South Africa showing some dominance in this game here.
Another clean contact hit.
I'm telling you, the left-handed batters from South Africa are really doing action. I actually noticed a Southern Sudanese left-handed batter who hit a home run versus Kenya. So I believe the left-handed batters are really good at it.
Let's wait and see their response in this match, because they are now behind 8 runs and it's another meeting on the mount.
Yeah, we usually have a fair play rule whereby if there's a difference of 15 runs in the first inning, the team will have to close it. So hopefully this game will be competitive.
Hopefully they'll put in a good fight, because with 2 outs now they only need 1 to turn the inning. And now it's a full team on the mound for Southern Sudan. They're testing out a new pitcher, and the new man on the mound is Chankwoth Kweth. He was playing at center outfield, caught that fly.
Oh yeah, he got the fly from left field, right?
From left field, and now he's here now trying to pitch. Let's see if he can manage to get the 3rd out to turn the inning. And South Sudan really need this 3rd out, because they're already trailing by 8 runs.
It's been a very exciting, or should I say, interesting first inning with 8 runs made by the South African side, 6 of which came through with 2 out.
Interesting turn of events there, because now in the first inning down 8, that's risky territory for whichever team, however good you are, because
by the end of the second inning, I think the fair play rule should be a difference of 10. Third inning is a difference of 8. So the Southern Sudanese team is basically in, I think they're in risky waters.
It's a precarious situation for them, because a few errors and the scores might run wild. Let's see what the new pitcher brings for the team.
Yes, we have the change at the mound. So the South African side showing their depth in pitches.
Chankwoth Kweth. Maybe he'll be the man to get South Sudan the last out.
Oh.
At the moment, I think it's more about saving face, with the inning already gone against them. 8 runs down. Faces up against the vet. Solid fast pitch.
So Quez up on the plate. Quez did a remarkable job catching a nice hit fly ball.
Let's wait to see what this inquest by the South African
It's actually
coach.
interesting to see how the Southern Sudanese team is swapping pitchers. You know, pitchers don't usually leave the field. They are replaced by members of the field. So the Southern Sudanese team has plenty of pitchers within the field. That gives them depth. And we saw them actually being confident and calm and collected during the game they played against Kenya. Kenya was leading by the second inning, and they ended up beating Kenya.
Yeah, that was a solid turn by the South Sudanese team, because they were able to take the game by the horns and turn the scores over, and that was a win for them. But I'd like to interest you in whatever undertaking is going down at the score at the score table right now. South Africa seem to have brought in a deliberation, and now let's wait to see the turn of events here, because they are ahead by 8 runs, and now their coach has come in with an inquest. That seems to have been resolved very quickly.
Yes, sometimes the game doesn't just play because of physicality. We have to use some technicalities as well.
Yeah, technicalities come into play, like in that game yesterday between South Sudan and Uganda.
Oh, when Southern Sudan won, right?
Yeah, that was an interesting turn, because I won't lie to you, that was a solid call by the officials to turn that game in favor of South Sudan.
So the new pitcher has been relieved of his duties before actually attending to them. No sooner than.
And now we have another pitcher who's coming in from the outfield. And this will be Anyar Anyet. Anyar Anyet is now warming up. Remember, South Sudan only need one more out to end the inning.
Anyar usually plays on the right field. I think the pitchers are basically reserved for the outfield, because they have the arm to throw balls long distances.
A solid catch there, because, same difference, because outfield you need an arm, and pitching you also need a very...
Yeah, you need an arm as well.
Solid catch there, man. So Anyar Anyet.
Jersey number 4.
It's been a while since we got that second out by South Sudan. If I remember correctly, that was a 2-0. It was a 2-0 game when they got the second out.
Yes.
And now...
Yes, so we had 2 runs in by the time we got 2 outs, and 6 runs have made it home successfully since then. And it looks like there's a technical debate going on between the 2 camps, and the umpiring and officiating teams are as well discussing the way forward, because it looks like a mercy rule may be put into play, or a changeover whereby they allow the Southern Sudanese team to come and bat. And that is basically what the umpires will call. Let's see what comes out of this deliberation. Yeah, I think the Southern Sudanese team is being asked to come and bat. It's a mercy rule changeover. It's a game. It's a cold game. It's a mid-game. Wow. That's the quickest baseball game ever. I think
This is interesting because the umpire at home plate has just called the game before the end of the first inning.
Yes.
8-run difference.
We're
in
still at the
first
top
inning.
of the first inning. We've not seen the Southern Sudanese team, but I believe this is something I've never witnessed in baseball before.
This is new in all my years. I have never seen this.
Yeah, this is definitely new. And when it comes to matters baseball, I've been in the field of baseball for more than 10 years now,
More than 10 years.
and I've never seen a team lose without offending.
This is the first one.
This is the first time, I'm telling you, my brother, Korea.
That was a fast game. That was a fast game. That was a quick game.
It was the quickest game ever. I'm telling you, the Southern Sudanese team are basically lost for words. They're having a team talk there. The South African team is already posing for photos for the win. And it's quite confusing to all of us here, even at the technical bench, but we will get you guys up to date and up to speed with the reason why the game ended the way it did. So let's take a short break as we listen to the officiating teams. We will get back to the live stream in a moment. So yes, as you can see now, the two teams are walking it off. Like they say, what happens on the diamond stays on the diamond. It's a bit unfortunate to see the Southern Sudanese team. So like we were doing earlier, discussing the rules about pitchers, we say that a pitcher has a maximum number of pitches that they should deliver. So the South African coaching staff has been keen on counting pitches, and it's unfortunate that Liep K. Duck exceeded the number of pitches that should be pitched by a pitcher per game.
Yeah, I think we talked about the new rules which apply for even senior teams right now, because for the juniors you're capped at 40 pitches per pitcher, and South Sudan seem to have violated that, and that's why the game has been called against them.
Yes.
I believe the pitches for senior players has also been capped at.
No, the new rules goes like this. The number of pitches and the number of days you need to rest per pitch. If you do 40 pitches, you cannot rest. You can continue. But if you do anything past 40 pitches, you need a day before you pitch again.
Okay.
And if you do anything past 55 pitches, you need 2 days to rest. If you do anything past 76 pitches, you need 3 days to rest. So in short, if you do 40 pitches per pitcher, you need to rest them before they get back on the mound. And we have a penalty for this.
So if if your pitcher did 40 pitches yesterday, he's not supposed to.
So yeah, the weird thing is that the rules of senior baseball and junior baseball do not align, because the young guys have, I think they have less muscle strength. They are developing still in the skill set, so they've been capped to 40 pitches.
That's interesting because
Actually there's nothing past 40 pitches. So just 40 pitches per pitcher. I think we saw the Southern Sudanese team exert their pitcher who started this game, and having done a whole team, nine batters up, 9 batters round, let's say an average of 3-4 pitches per batter. That will go past 40.
That will always go past 40.
Yeah, so the penalty for such an offense is you'll have the team manager suspended for at least the next scheduled game, including possible scheduled game, even if it's in an international tournament next year. Or you can have the federation infracted with a pitch violation count. So I think in the best interest of this tournament, the two teams have decided to end it at that point, and maybe we'll see some follow-up from the benches on what kind of, disciplinary measures will be taken against the Southern Sudanese team for, exerting one of their pitchers on the mound.
But if I may, it's also a very interesting rule, because the pitchers are also doing yesterday as well as today, and I'll have you believe, after yesterday you were supposed to take after the 40 pitches yesterday, we were supposed to take a break today according to the rules.
Yes, so if the pitcher did up to 40 pitches yesterday, today he should not pitch. So that's the thing. It looks like our pitcher today had done some pitches yesterday, and adding them up, he exceeded his 40 pitch limit, and that is a technicality that is new. We're all trying to adapt to it, and unfortunately, one team has sunk due to that, and we believe the rest of the tournament will see teams abide by that rule.
However unfortunate the ending of the game might have been, it's very important to note that this is being done in the interest of the players' well-being and in the interest of the players' health as well. And being young pitchers, we also have to take extra care about to protect them even while they play the game.
Yeah.
Although we all want to win, it's very important that we abide by the rules because they're in place to protect our
Yes,
players.
you want the player to have longevity. You want him to pitch for many years, because if you exert his arm, he will have to quit and stop pitching early. So, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of our broadcast. We want to thank our partners, our streaming sponsors. We want to officially thank Jomo Kenyatta University of Technology. We want to also thank ifyoubuildit.org. We want to thank Sports for All. We want to thank the Ministry of Sports. We want to thank the fans, the viewers, the Kenyan Baseball Federation for streaming this show to all, and Paratas for giving us internet throughout this whole tournament. Angels of Bat is a proud sponsor of this streaming show, and we want to thank, lastly but not least, the Diamond in the Rough, run by our friend Matt Soren from Baseball United. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you tomorrow, same place, different time.